Good evening and welcome, everybody. It's so lovely to see so many faces and so many that we recognize. And as Donna said, so many new faces. So, welcome. My name is Roween Taylor. I'm the Operations Director at the International School of Intuition and Healing. And I'm so excited to welcome you to this beautiful evening of messages from Spirit. We've got a demonstration of mediumship tonight, and I'm going to hand you over to Donna and Larry to take you through the evening's plans and get us going. So, welcome and enjoy.
Okay, so thank you, Roween, and lovely to see everybody. Really is. I've been very excited about this evening. And Larry, hi and over to you as well.
Hello, Donna. Hello, Roween. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Well, evening here in the UK. I'm not sure what time it is around the globe, but good evening for everyone.
Okay, so it's really wonderful that you've given your time this evening. And also, if you are watching on playback, we welcome you also. You can still feel the energy from all of these wonderful people here. And of course, the spirit loved ones and the guides, the helpers, and everybody that will be joining us this evening to make this a beautiful evening of love, of connection, and of course, knowledge and understanding as well. So before Larry and I begin our demonstration of mediumship together, and I warn you, we're a formidable team. We tend to banter each other, so I'm sure you'll be ready for that. You'll notice from the program that we wanted to just spend a few moments talking about accreditation, because the school has had an immense success in itself with healing courses, with psychic development courses, with the energy courses, and latterly the mediumship courses, where the IPHM, which is the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine, have taken the courses that we've written and given them accreditation status for those who wish to go through the process of accreditation. So we thought, having had all these wonderful courses come into this special space, we would just spend a few moments talking about accreditation. Does it matter? Is it important? Why is it important? Is just being a natural medium enough? And, you know, not everybody wants to go to the accreditation process. Sometimes people want to do that for their own personal development. Some people who want to go on, there will be mediums, and there are mediums in the room who are working mediums, find that that is an essential part of their pathway as well. So I'm going to ask Larry, because Larry is also not only one of our tutors. Larry's tutoring the mediumship foundation class. I tutor the advanced and intermediate classes. But Larry, I really want to hear from you, if you will, please. Just give us a sense of why it was important for you to take your accreditation when you did, please. If you just share a little bit about your journey.
Well, what's nice about mediumship, as you know, it's not like going to university and saying, oh, I think I'll do a degree in mediumship and then my master's and then my PhD. Now I'm a doctorate in mediumship. No, it doesn't work that way. We have to find a good, credible teacher like Donna or anyone that you relate to. And the school offers many fantastic teachers and courses. So it's a great place to allow yourself to unfold and develop these skill sets if you're interested in this area. So when you do become accredited, one, it's good for your psyche. It makes you realize all the work and studying, the hard work you've done has actually been recognized and appreciated by a solid body, a recognized body, an institution, as it were. So, of course, maybe the public, they don't know what it means to be accredited, but you as a medium, whether you want to be a professional, semi-professional, or just do it for fun, at least you know you've reached a certain standard, a level of standard, knowing that's been recognized. You've been guided properly by your tutor. Feedback's been given along the way because we all develop bad habits along the way. That's inevitable. So when we go through an accreditation process, your tutor will be able to look at you and say something like, you know, this bit was really good, but I've noticed you say yo every time you try and give a link instead of trying to give a statement. I mean, that's a silly example, but it's something like what a good tutor would example. You know, I've counted, you said 150 yo's between your evidential statements. And as a student, you could say, really? I don't say yo. But of course, the teacher would point this out. So when you go through an accreditation process, it's a bit like you're being fine-tuned in a very to have a very high level of mediumship, because mediumship Many people, skeptical people would think, well, that person's just reading my mind. For example, when I was DEMing in a church about 6 months ago, this her wife, the woman brought her husband. He totally poo-pawed it. He didn't believe in mediumship. He thought I was mind reading. And as he was watching me unfold the evidence for different people, he came up to me at the end. He said, I've never really believed what my wife said about this stuff, but after watching your work, I have to say there must be something to this stuff. You see? So when you become accredited, it develops some kind of format for professionalism. You learn to believe in yourself. You learn to believe what is spirit actually giving you, even if you're doing a public demonstration and you have dead silence. Are you going to run away and think, quick, where's the nearest coffee shop? Nobody can take my evidence. No, you believe in the evidence. You allow it to unfold, to tell a story. So, for example, if someone says, oh, what was that movie like? Oh, it was great. Well, that doesn't tell you much about the movie, doesn't it? But if you say, oh, it was great, Tom Cruise was being chased by this dinosaur, and then once he came, this UFO alien came in, oh, it's unbelievable. It makes you want to go see the movie. And when you see a good medium, it makes you want to see that medium. Or if you're developing a mediumship, it makes you think, wow, I wonder how that person was able to do so much, like give evidence or learn how to deal with no's. So accreditation is more than a word being accredited. It's more like the journey, the process, going from point A to point B. It's a bit like if all of you take a bus and you say to the bus driver, have you got a driver's license? Bus driver says, no, why do I need a driver's license? I've been driving since I'm 12 years old. What do I need a license for? You go, oh my God, I'm getting off this bus. He doesn't even have a driving license. Where when you learn to drive, you have to go through protocol. And it's drivers and bad drivers. And it's with mediumship. You'll always get mediums and mediums like, well, they could do with a bit of fine tuning with their mediumship. So again, the thing I like about accreditation, it made me aware and realize, okay, because we're always learning, always unfolding and developing our mediumship, what is it that I need to keep working on developing? So through the accreditation process, of course, you study, you work at it, and then from a personal perspective, it makes you feel good to say to yourself, well, at least I went through the process. Now I know I'm officially recognized. And again, that's the beginning of another journey because the journey of mediumship, whether you're accredited or not, never stops. The learning never stops. But again, it's more like an inner knowing that you've been tutored and guided along a professional path, the right path, as opposed to being told wishy-washy stuff and you're not really sure about things. Because as a medium, as all of you may know, mediumship, what is mediumship? It's all about comfort and healing for the recipient. And it's nice when we can do a good job and think, oh, go home and feel, well, at least I did the best I and hang up our jingle and think, well, that's my, I'll put them on next time as well.
Okay, so Larry, thank you for sharing your personal perspective on that. There's so many, so many points there to consider about your professionalism. And also, see, with healers, we all know that if healers want to practice professionally, they will need to have accreditation, they will need to get healers insurance. Now, I've been a working medium now for almost 30 years. When I first started in mediumship, I didn't have accreditation. The Spiritualist National Union would offer accreditation courses for healing, but mediumship was very, very rare. And I've always been an advocate that if we are going to do something, we need to be accountable, especially if we're taking that energy and that mediumship into the outside world. So I really do feel it's always a personal perspective. And as I said, accreditation isn't for everyone. But do we all agree, do you think? And please feel free to post in the chat. And I'm going to have a look at those in a moment. And Sarika, I will come to you on your question. There is so much that is accessible now in our world. And that can be a wonderful thing-ish. Anybody, and I'm very, very strong on this, I mean, absolutely don't wish to create any sort of thoughts with anyone or seem to be negative. Anybody can set up as a medium. All you need is a really nice program, make sure a nice website, you can go out there and we can work and just be a medium. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the medium has understood standards and what is required. And more than that, when somebody comes to visit a medium. I know the psychic process is slightly different. I know the healing process is slightly different. But when somebody comes to see a medium, it's usually because they are bereaved. And part of the accreditation process and part of good training is to help the medium to understand grief and the aspects of grief. And I know healers in the room here will also know this as well. So it's one thing to be able to receive messages from somebody's loved one, but if we don't quite know how to deliver with empathy, with sensitivity, with understanding, then we can create a situation where we perhaps start to undo the grief process that's begun. So we need to understand the responsibilities as well. We need to be able to say, I understand what it means to work with somebody who's bereaved, who's grieving. I understand the aspects of grief that can sometimes be triggered by a reading, because guide is not always a message that somebody needs in the spirit world during their grief journey. Sometimes it's more professional help. So part of the training and the accreditation that we so believe in at the school is that we help the individual, we help each student through every aspect, through their own personal growth, through their own understanding of the work, and also managing our own emotions. One of the things that I find, quite amazing is that if somebody is working as a counsellor, I'm sure there are many counsellors in the rooms here, need to have supervision by law. But in mediumship, we are sitting in a process where we're helping, we're guiding, we're absorbing individuals' energy, but there's no supervision required. So we have to be able as mediums to manage your energy. So again, the accreditation, it helps to cover every kind of aspect of that. And that's why it's important. Can we just say again, I'll come to Sarika because she absolutely raised a brilliant question here. If anyone has any thoughts on this, even during the evening with the demonstration, please let us know, because we want to know what you think as well. Sometimes people will say, "Look, I don't need any kind of formal training because I'm a natural medium." But for all the reasons I've mentioned, I think we all do. Larry referred to being a bus driver. You can imagine somebody that gets behind the wheel of a vehicle, perhaps even on farmland or private land, can drive it all over the place. But then when they go to the main road, it's carnage. And it can happen with mediumship as well. And sadly, I've seen a lot of it in my time working, as I'm sure, Larry, you have as well. So I want to just go to Sarika. How long can accreditation take? Larry, I'm going to throw that one straight back to you.
Well, that's an open-ended question. How long it takes depends on the individual, because also through the School of Intuition, they have their own process, their own protocol. And of course, somebody has to be put forward by the tutor, because the tutor has to make sure they want the student to succeed. They're not just going to put the student forward saying, I think you should be accredited because it'll make you look really good. No, the tutor will work with the student and make sure they're at the right level. It's a bit like learning anything. If you're going to be a chef, well, somebody's not going to say, here, I'm going to give you some money to open up your own restaurant, and I don't care whether you can cook or not, just open up your own restaurant. Well, they're not going to be very successful, are they? So it's the same with mediumship. We want to be properly tutored and prepared, as Donna was saying, for all these different perspectives that are involved when we do study mediumship, because we want to be at a certain level before we actually enter the accreditation process. So like anything, it's up to the student. How much time are they putting in? Are they attending classes on a regular basis? Are they practicing outside of class? Because it's one thing to be told something in class, but we have to learn to apply that outside of class. For example, if you're practicing giving one-to-one readings, or if you're practicing doing a demonstration in mediumship, whether it's online or in a spiritual church or a center, a community center, anything, so you can practice and implement, so it becomes more second nature, whatever your tutor is teaching you at the time.
Mm. Okay, so thank you, Larry, for that. So Sarika, I think there's perhaps lots of keys in there. If somebody is open and willing, and we can't stress enough as tutors, the more practice and the more time you put in between your sessions and your lessons, and you sit with your guides, and your meditation, and you're reading, you're doing lots of reading about soul journeys and subjects, and your spiritual maturity is there, then somebody should progress at quite a good pace. So, we can't give you defined figure, but what we do know at the school is that if somebody's ready for accreditation, it's a personal decision between the student and the tutor and the recommendations, because we don't want anyone to go through the accreditation process if they're not ready. We don't want anyone not to go through that. It would be irresponsible of us. Having said that, if you're ready, you're ready, and we'll support you to put you through. So I hope that helps to address that for you. Great question from Anne. Who decided on this accreditation process? Who's the governing body? And I don't know if you missed the beginning of the call. The IPHM are the governing body that the school are accountable to. The IPHM are the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine. If you Google them, you will find them. They are globally respected for the highest standards. So what happens is, this is the process. The tutor writes the programs. So I'm the tutor of, and the writer and the author of the foundation class, the intermediate class, and also the advanced class. And we spend hours upon hours upon hours fine-tuning, making sure that as experienced mediums, this is what we believe is required for somebody to be able to say that they are accredited to a standard. That is then submitted to the IPHM. And then we drink lots of coffee and take lots of long walks and wait for however long it takes before they come back and they will say, yes, we approve this course. And from that moment onwards, we are we are accountable to the IPHM to keep our course on track, to keep our accredited members on track. And so if you do have a look, anybody online, they are a fantastic organisation. They have lots of clout in the world. They do good things and their standards are high. We are very proud to be accountable to and approved by the IPHM. Okay, so I hope that settles your question there. So it's very, very clear. The school do not just generate accreditations. We are happy and proud to be accountable. I am. I was so excited. But the IPHM would not originally accredit mediums. It's taken a while, and because of the school and because of its excellence, they said, yes, okay, we'll look at it. And they said yes. So that, and nothing is more heartwarming and more beautiful than to be able to offer the mediums that feel they want to go that route that option. It's wonderful to be able to offer, because so often with mediums, I'm sure there are mediums in the room. I'm having another look on the 3 rooms and I can see them. But some of you, oh, some lovely face. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Catherine. I'm sorry if I'm not mentioning you. Hello, Heidi, everybody. Hello. And hello, everybody I don't know. But there will be mediums in this room that perhaps have been in the process for many years, because they come to a point where you think, well, what next? There isn't anything else. And, you know, there's nowhere to go with this. And just to say to you as well, that once a person is accredited, the school will offer opportunities. You know, if we've accredited you, we want you to be our mediums. We want you to be on our website. We want you to be available to people for private readings. And also, for those of you that are ready, we want to encourage you into the school for your teacher training. If you want to take some classes with us, we're expansive, and we just want you to be here. You know, if you've invested your time, we want to honour that. Okay, so I'm just having a look here, just quickly. Larry, shout, because you know me, once I start talking, the rest is history. Okay. Tori, lovely message there. Lovely to be with you as well. And Tori says she personally feels it's extremely important to go through the process, provide the framework, and I may not be able to read out all of the messages, but lovely message. And I love the way you say it helps you develop communication to serve spirit responsibly and with accountability while developing the softer skills. I like that. That's gorgeous. Okay, so Larry, can you see the chat as well?
I'll just turn it on. Oh, now I can. Yep.
Okay, so, and then Catherine, being accredited hugely elevated my sense of integrity and ethics, which in turn elevated my confidence with connections, incredible tools gained. Catherine highly recommends the tutors in the course for integrity and ethics, and also Tori is also accredited with us as well. And Sarika, are there prerequisites to start this journey? I'm new to this, not sure where to start. Larry, back to you, please.
So I think the question was about the prerequisite. Was that correct, if I heard that correctly?
That's prerequisite. For Sarika's new to the journey.
Well, the prerequisites are obviously you start at the beginning, foundation, and then with the guidance of the teacher, they observe you, they give you personal feedback, they guide you, they allow you to unfold, develop, focus on the good habits, eliminate the bad habits that we all develop. That's just human nature. And then from foundation, we gradually go to intermediate, and then eventually to the advanced levels with Donna as well. And each time you're being guided to prepare you for what's called the accreditation process. So we can say the prerequisites are, well, we have to, it's just like at university, you just don't get your degree because you paid your money. Well, I've done 1 year, that's it. Where's my degree? Where's my piece of paper? It's the same thing. We follow a protocol. Normally it's a 3 years in the UK to get your piece of paper, your degree. And it's the same thing with mediumship. We need to go through the hierarchies, where those levels. And because without going through the levels, you don't know what personally you need to keep unfolding and developing. And everybody comes in with different strengths and weaknesses. So even though we all start at foundation level with different backgrounds, different strengths and weaknesses, your tutor will be able to recognize that and allow you to focus on your weaknesses and not teach what's called a cookie cutter method where everybody's taught the exact same thing. The tutor's able to say, you know, for you, I notice this might be good for you, and for this other person, this would be good for you. So it's really good going through the accreditation process, the prerequisites, going through the system that the school has carefully, and as Donna said, spent many hours and time to create what's called a fantastic to cover much ground, just like at uni, behind the scenes, somebody doesn't just say, here, we're going to offer this degree in music. When I ran the music department at a university in London, I spent a long time, as Donna says, creating what's called a degree program, and there's much work that has to go into it. And Donna has put much time and work into it as well to cover all the different grounds and situations that one might encounter. So I'd say the protocol is in a way simple. You start here at one level and gradually work your way up. And you'll always receive what's called proper guidance and support from your tutor, whoever your tutor is at the school.
Okay, so it's some really, really helpful information there, I think, Larry, as well, and I would agree with all of that. But also, Sarika, if you were thinking of something you could do in the meantime to prepare for that, if you're new, the school runs some wonderful energy courses. Please go onto the website intuitionandhealing.com. Have a look there. You'll have the website because you're here with us.
Yeah.
So there's the energy, the invincible energy in 7 days is incredible. That's a very, very
Yeah.
cost-effective course, and you can work with that as well. And also, the psychic classes may have their own prerequisites, but in preparation for mediumship, it is always good to do at least 1 term in foundation for psychic development so that you're understanding the processes of energetic communication before then going on to the mediumship training. So that will help as well.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I actually have an appointment with Larry on the 17th of September. I did book for a consult. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, Sarika, thank
Yes.
you. We don't hear you too clearly, but I hope that we have
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Is that clearer?
better. Yes, yes, good
Oh,
evening.
thank you. Good evening. So yes, I did book an appointment with Larry for the 17th of September. I have requested a consult, which was confirmed.
Excellent. Well done, Sarika. So pleased to see that you're embracing it. Okay. Because,
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you.
bless you. Thank you. You know, everyone in this room, I'm sure Larry can probably remember as well. I still remember being a beginner. My goodness, you know, and I never was going to be a medium. I went along to a local class to me, which was unheard of almost 30 years ago, just to ask somebody to turn off the noise so I could go back to my ordinary life. It was too much. And that's the only reason I went. And of course, Spirit have a way of leading you into things, and they place you where you need to be. Yes, Carmel, there is an opportunity. As mentioned in the programme, we were going to have a discussion first about the importance of accreditation. Larry and I are going to throw ourselves into the beautiful Spirit Lion's Den in a few moments. So please, everybody, get ready to ramp up your energy. Tracy Spriggs can confidently say this course is fantastic. Thank you, Tracy, for your kind comments about my tutoring. And Tracy says, I keep coming back for more as learning is never ending. It's an honour to work and sit for Spirit and loving every moment. Beautiful comment there, Tracy. Thank you. Okay, so everyone, I think if Larry, we need to go over to the spirit world, I think. Do you think it's about time?
Okay, let's give it a bash and let's pop over to the spirit world.
All right, Larry. So while you're preparing, Larry's going to take the first half of the demonstration while I take some water. Could I just ask you all, please? I hope you're not in your PJs and your bathing costumes or less, because we're going to ask you if you could all put your cameras on, please. We need you, okay? We need to see you. We need to hear you. If we talk to you, talk back to us. We want your energy. We can't talk to a black screen. So please, please, please come on into the call. We are discreet here. If you're not supposed to be here, we won't tell anybody. We won't know about it. We might be mediums, but my golly, you've got to be good to work out. Oh, look at all these people. Fantastic. We've just got one or two more that we want to put the cameras on there, because you may not get a message there. So first of all, while Larry's just tuning in, just to say to you all, we're working across 3 screens. So it may take us a while to work out who we're coming to. We need your help to get to you as quickly as possible. So Larry and I have slightly different styles of working, and that's why it's a lovely dem. So you can see the 2 different styles. But I know certainly we will benefit from if we try to place a message. If you feel that you know the information that's being given, please either put your hand up and electronically, or put your hands up and keep waving until somebody sees you, okay? If we don't see you, please just give a little squeak or something so that we know you're there, because Roween's going to be looking as well. We don't want to miss you, okay? Now, just before I hand over to Larry, please, guys, talk back to us. Don't expect us to just keep producing evidence. We need your voice. The more you talk back to us, the more you say yes, the more you say no, the more you say I'm not sure. We want to hear your voice, and we want everyone to enjoy it. Is everybody agreed? Are we all in on that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. For those of you that are actually speaking, yeah, more volume, please. More yeses.
Yes.
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 Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
brilliant.
Yes.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. You've all passed your accreditation as an alternate. Okay. So when Larry comes to you, when I come to you, please talk back. If you don't know, please say so. And let's just have a great evening. It may not be the first person you're expecting. It may be the very person you were hoping for. Either way, your loved ones are here because they want to talk to you. So, Larry, my friend, over to you.
Okay, let the fun begin. So, as Donna said, if I could hear your voice when I come to you, just yes, no. And also, if you think you're not sure of it, that's okay. Say no. Don't be shy or scared to think no. And also, sometimes spirit comes in, and it might not be for you directly. For example, the other night when I was demoing at a church, it wasn't for somebody in the church. It was for somebody who knew the parents for someone else. So you might hear the information and think, gosh, I think that relates to that person I know, the people I know. So try and be more open-minded and realize that sometimes spirit would like to give a message to you because you're able to receive the information compared to the people who might not actually attend an actual mediumship demonstration as well. And the way I like to work, I'll either go direct, meaning I'll go straight to somebody, I feel drawn to someone's energy, and then I allow spirit to unfold the evidence. Or 2, I'll throw it out there, I'll hear, see, sense, and then I'll throw it out there, and then you just I think Donna mentioned it. If you could put your virtual hand up, and Roween will see how many takers we have once the information is thrown out there. So that's the two different ways I try. So right away, oh, and if I speak too quickly, please let me know. Put your hand up because I don't want to get a speeding ticket neither. Because once I'm in the zone, I like to give it as it comes. So right away, I feel drawn. I think the name is Kelly. Kelly, can you wave your hand? That's it. You, yeah. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yep.
Thank you for coming, Kelly. So right away with you, I feel drawn to what I would call a maternal energy. Would you understand mother in the spirit world, please?
Not mother, no.
Would you understand grandmother?
Yes.
And would you understand your eyes are very similar to her eyes because I'm being made aware that your face is very similar to her face. Similar, there's a strong similarity between the two of you.
Could
Is that a
be.
yes? No, could be.
Yeah.
Well, she definitely showed me there is. So if you have a photo later on, you could look to remind yourself because she's definitely showing me pointing to the eyes. Your eyes are very similar to her eyes, and also just something about the facial features very similar to her as well. So if you could have a photo to just remind yourself of that. Now, this woman is a beautiful woman. Would you understand, or did you know much about her, your grandmother?
Not a lot, no.
All right. So did you hear stories about her though?
I haven't been connected with her for a very, very long time, so my
All right.
information.
Well, maybe I won't dwell too long on her, but what I'm seeing right at the moment, I feel like she's come in with something she wasn't able to provide or give, which is called like family, emotional love, unconditional love. So something about there was great distance and from the spirit world, as if she's been around you all the time. And maybe you must be studying through the school because she shows me that you're a very sensitive soul, that you too have the abilities and you've been working on unfolding your abilities, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And this is something that she's very drawn to because she shows me in her time, there was no time and she wasn't into what's called this so-called spiritual stuff. But she can see now that she's back in the non-physical world, that whatever one learns, it truly does exist. And it's as if she's your teacher at the moment, trying to encourage you and inspire you to really believe in yourself a lot more because she shows me that you doubt yourself a lot. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's coming in with this great, as if, again, as if she's your teacher, trying to encourage you and inspire you that you are going in the right direction and not to allow the so-called temporary obstacle that you've been experienced to question and doubt yourself, which she shows me you have been, and think, I thought I could do this, but I don't know if this is really for me. But she wants to come in and says it's definitely for you. And like all of us, there's always going to be obstacles, but to allow yourself to keep moving forward. But also, she also shows me that her communication model, even though you don't know much about her, she does show me she had a very blunt, curt way of communicating to people, and she does make me aware that was not a good way to interact with people. And she shows me that your communication model is completely different, that you have a very gentle way of approaching things, and you have the qualities which she didn't exhibit at the time, which is compassion and empathy. So she shows me that she was a very a tense individual because of the way conditions she was brought up. So unlike you, she didn't have the same amount of patience that you have. So even though you say you don't know much about her, she's coming in as if she's praising you a lot to give you confidence, to confirm confirmation for you that you have these amazing abilities and gifts, and it's really up to you to leave your comfort zone, to allow yourself in whichever way works for you to unfold and keep developing these gifts. But again, the strong message I'm getting for you is really to believe in yourself a lot more and realize that you have made the right decisions and to keep moving forward with your life as well. And also, she shows me flowers around her. So she must have liked flowers and nature because that's one thing she shows me gave her solace. And she shows me the same for you. I don't know where you live, but she shows me that nature is very important for you as well. That the nature, you take the time, you breathe in nature, and that unlike her, you have the awareness is more than meets the eye with nature, as if you're aware of the elemental kingdom as well. Would you understand that, please? Yeah. So she shows me for you to really believe more that nature is a living entity, as it were. It's not just a tree, it's not just a plant. There's energy, there's a form of communication with them, there's a form of intelligence that you're aware of that. You've always been aware of that. You've always been sensitive as a child, and that you really need to keep working on that side of things as well. So I also feel with your grandmother, she was pretty much a loner. So I don't feel she had many people around her that, like, not whether it's family members or friends. Again, I don't want to use the word grumpy, but that's the word she's putting in my mind, as if she was a grumpy person and without realizing it, she scared people away. So this is something maybe you can validate with other family members, what she's bringing in. So again, even though you could say, well, as a human being, I don't have much information about her, she does make me aware of her personality. Again, I'm going to use the word grumpy because that's what she puts in my mind. And again, she's emphasizing, I'm going to say there's a duality here, that you've gone in the direction complete opposite to the direction that she ever went in, and that you've allowed yourself to be a lot more open and allowing people to sense people's energies. And she also shows me animals. Would you say you're very fond of animals as well?
I like animals, but I don't have any.
No, no, because she shows me that you're very fond of animals, whether you have them or not. So she shows me she didn't have patience because she shows me there would have been a dog, not that she had a dog that was around, and as if she didn't allow herself to open up to the energy, the loving energy that animals present, like cats and dogs. But that you see, if you see a dog, you take the time to like either pet the dog or just interact with the dog. Where she shows me she was the complete opposite. So it's a bit like again the word duality, the way she lived her life is completely different to the way you live your life. So before I leave you, I just want you to know that she's around you, even though you didn't have what's called a human connection with her. Spirit still come to people even if we say, well, I didn't really know my whoever it could be, just know that have the awareness she's definitely around you. And I feel that she makes me aware that she's definitely learning a lot by watching and observing how you're living your physical life compared to the way she lived her physical life, even though you might say, well, how could you be learning from me? I'm just learning. Well, without you realizing it, you have a lot of skill sets and gifts that she didn't implement at the time when she was here physically in the physical world. And I like to give you the month she puts in my mind, the month of January. Would you understand it to be significant for birthday or anniversary, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to try and get a number because that's my challenge. Is like, would you understand it to be towards the end of January?
Yes.
And would you understand it to be around January the 26th?
Yes, bang on.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm going home now. Thank you, Donna. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So I don't know why she gave me that, but that's what she gave me. And I'm going to give you one more month before I leave. She makes me aware of the month of April as well. Would you understand April to be significant, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. And would you understand it to be at the beginning of April?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, we'll leave that one then. But I'm going to tell you the date I'm hearing in my mind is around April the 11th. So even though you're not sure, maybe look into that later on as well. And again, even though you didn't have what's called a human connection with her, just know that from a non-physical perspective, she's definitely around you, encouraging you again. And if I had to simplify your messages, go full speed ahead, believe in yourself, and don't allow whatever obstacles you have to deter you. That you're definitely on the right journey, if that makes sense. So thank you for working with me, Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. So let's see who else I'm drawn to. Right. So now I'm going to throw it out there. I definitely feel I have a mother here. And I definitely see that she was confined to a wheelchair in her later years. And I definitely see that she was very unhappy about that because she had to be, I don't know if it was a carer, but somebody had to take care of her. And she was a very strong, independent woman, very strong minded woman, and a very, I could say, headstrong woman, a bit on the stubborn side. Would anyone understand a mother like that, please? Confined to a wheelchair. It sounds like she was very kind of headstrong, stubborn, not happy because she was confined to a wheelchair.
Okay, Larry, I can see Vanessa C with her hand up.
It sounds like it could be my mother. Yeah.
I'm just looking for where you are. I can hear a voice, but I don't see you anywhere.
Yeah.
Where is she? What was her name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa C, can you just keep waving, Vanessa, till Larry finds you,
Okay.
please? We just like
Okay,
watching you wave. It's friendly.
see. I haven't found you yet. Is Vanessa still waving?
Yes.
She? Okay, let me go back to page 1 and see if Oh, there you are. I found you eventually. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Waving.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
the workout for today. So let's go back with the evidence. Can you understand a mother in the spirit world, please?
Sorry, can you say that again? Have I
Can
got
you
a mother in the spirit world? Yes. Yes.
Okay, and would you understand that she was confined to a wheelchair in her later years?
She couldn't walk in her later years. She was in bed most of the time, but if we took her around, wheelchair, but she also had a wheeler. She could still walk on a wheeler a bit. So that's
Okay.
but
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Now, would you understand though her personality to be a bit headstrong, stubborn, very displeased that she lost independence because she really enjoyed being independent, very headstrong woman.
very.
And she was always busy doing things. She was a very active individual. So she was very busy. She shows me she was always doing something.
In previous years.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also she told me that she wasn't one to accept compliments neither. If you complimented her or tried to do something with it, she didn't know how to say thank you and she did not ask for help. Very full of pride, very strong, independent, would do everything herself. And
Yeah.
even though you could say she was in a relationship or married, it's as if she wasn't married because for some reason she shows me she had to do everything herself as well. Would that make sense, please?
She was divorced for the last. I'm hoping it's the right one. She was divorced for, the last 30 years of her life.
Okay, so maybe that's why I'm feeling like she had to do everything herself. So
Yeah.
that I'm going to say
Yeah.
thank you for that validation there. And but even though I'm going to say she was a tough cookie, there was also deep, if you really penetrated deep, she did have a lovely, kind heart. She wanted the best for you. And she did have this soft side, but she did not allow the other people to see the soft side about her as if she had this shield around her, this wall, a very tough wall, if that makes sense.
I think in her later years, yes, but I think most people who knew her as quite a gentle soul.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I can see that she was always thinking of others or doing things for others, trying to help people out, as if she was like a nurse, always trying to help people out. Oh, you poor thing. Let me see if I can help you. Something like that. I mean, not that I don't feel she was a nurse, but that mindset of always compassion, empathy, trying to help people out. And hence the reason she seemed to be busy all the time, not so much doing things so much for herself all the time, but always putting herself out there, trying to help other people out, if that makes sense.
Maybe,
Mm,
maybe.
yeah. Now, would you understand the reference to a cat, please?
No.
Okay, let's see. I'm definitely seeing a cat now. And even though she may not have had a cat, would you know the reference to the cat that might have been around her, even if she didn't have a cat?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hmm. Okay, I'm going to give one more thing about cat. Would you understand there might have been a painting of a cat?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm going to say, even though you say no to the cat, I'm definitely seeing a black cat. So even though you're saying no at the moment, I would consider and ask you to reflect and think, okay, even though there was no cat, I'm definitely seeing a cat framed as if there was a drawing, a painting of a black cat for some reason as well.
Larry, I
Mm.
apologise, but there's another group member waving furiously, Viviana. I wonder that she's really quite keen to speak, I think. I'm sorry. Viviana, I believe, is on page 1.
All right.
Um,
So if Vanessa could please hold on and keep listening, please, while
yeah.
I check in with Viviana. So
Mm.
Viviana,
I'm
can you
also
understand
sorry.
mother?
Yep,
Sorry?
I've a little bit the same history like Vanessa with my mom. And we have had always cats, black as well. She was in a wheelchair at the end. She was a really independent woman. Um, and she has had a black dog. And I have a
Oh,
picture of this dog, female dog, here in my house. That's
all
why
right.
maybe it's possible that she's as well.
All right. Well, thank you
Um,
for speaking up. And as I say, please keep listening. Vanessa, I think it was. So I think you've just confirmed that you had mother confined to wheelchair and would understand, very headstrong woman as well, was not happy that she'd lost her independence and was a very always busy. She seemed to always be busy doing things all the time, very preoccupied with things all the time. And as when I said earlier, when I think it was Vanessa said she was divorced for 30 years, would you understand that she was always as if she was by herself without outside support as well? Yeah. But again, I feel like personality, character, a very strong woman again, as if you didn't know her, you'd think, oh, she's a bit grumpy. Would you understand that reference to her as well? Yeah. But would you also understand, even though that was her persona, if you got to know her or if you knew her on a deeper level, she actually had a very kind soul, a kind heart, but she did not like to show that side of her personality, if that makes sense, Vanessa or Vienna. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I'm also being drawn to the teeth. Would you understand that she had issues with her teeth?
Mm. I've I have a standing line at the moment. Yeah, she has had problems with her teeth, yeah, during life, yeah.
Yeah. Because she's waving her hand around her mouth, saying, "Look at this! I have a fine set of teeth, and this is great. I never used to have a fine set of teeth," as if she's showing off these beautiful teeth that she never used to have before, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not pretty
And
sure.
would you also understand that she really liked to present herself well when she went out, that she liked to dress up as if she was the queen, even though she wasn't the queen? There was something about her demeanor, her decorum, that she liked to dress up to look really posh, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes. Yep.
Yeah. And would you also understand the reference to a hat, a very specific hat that she used to like to wear when she went out as well?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I'm going to stay with the hat because even though you say no, there's definitely a hat there. And even though you say she didn't wear a hat, there must have been somebody or a hat because she definitely this hat. Do you know if her mother used to wear a hat when she used to go all the time, which would be your grandmother?
Yeah, my grandma sometimes wear a hat. Mhm.
Okay. Now, even though you hat, would you understand that the hat stayed in the family?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you to consider that and maybe do some research if you can, because she's,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't be surprised because the way I see the hat is like raspberry red. So that's the color of the hat. I'm seeing like a raspberry red hat. So if you can like look into that as well, even though you might not have it in your physical world at the moment, and you say your mom didn't wear a hat, she definitely showed me a hat. And
Yeah, my grandma has
yeah.
had one. Yeah, raspberry red. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would it have been raspberry red, the hat that she would have had?
The line is really bad, so I just pick up some words of you, not complete sentences. So sorry.
That's okay. It must be my side. Maybe the internet may be on my side. But would you understand the hat being the color of raspberry red, please?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, because that's the color she's showing me, raspberry red hat. Yeah.
but
Now,
that's with my grandma, not with my mom.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
right. Yeah. And would you understand the name Elizabeth to be significant within the family?
Yeah, my grandma has had a sister with the name Lisbeth. That's the
Yeah.
short form of Elizabeth. Mhm.
Yeah. And also the other word name I'm being put in my mind is the name Mary. Would you understand Mary to be significant, please?
Mary. No, at once. No, I have to think about it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will ask you to think about it because on your mother's side, the name Mary or Marie, it sounds like that would have been very significant, Mary Marie on mother's side as well. So, yeah. Now, let's have a look. With mother as well, I don't feel she was the most chatty person. Would you understand she was not the most chatty person?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely seeing that she liked her privacy and her space. Would you understand she liked her privacy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she takes a lot of things on her own, for her own, and don't talk about it. If this is something,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
That's right. That's what I mean.
Especially in personal things. Yeah.
Yeah, not being very chatty. So thank you for clearing that up for me. But I do feel like, again, a very private person, very independent person. So when I said not very chatty, Not the kind of person who would say, "Oh, I'm having a problem with this. How can I deal with it?" Not that kind of person being
Yeah.
chatty in that sense, you
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, a very independent woman, full of pride, very proud, and as if always trying to sort things out, fix things herself, and
Yeah.
always like very good at troubleshooting at things. She would always, in the sense that she was stubborn, she wouldn't give up until she managed to sort a problem out or actually fix something that needed mending, basically. Yeah.
Yep.
And she shows me that she had a lot of creativity in her day, because in her day, as you know, there was no Google, internet, nothing. It was all about thinking for yourself. So she shows me she's wiggling a finger around the mind. She said, I used to use my noodle in those days. And she said, that's the trouble with people. They don't think anymore. So, but she says, you're similar to her. She says, you think a lot as well, and that you have a lot of thoughts in your mind, and you two are very private, that you don't really go about telling people, oh, guess what happened to me or something like that. You keep things to yourself and you try and resolve things yourself as well. So
Yep.
I feel like there must be a lot of attributes about yourself that's very similar to Mother, if that makes sense. That you're very similar to her with personality traits as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, was it Mother that had started having discomfort in the stomach area, tummy discomfort?
Yeah, not really stomach, a little bit deeper, ovarian cancer.
Okay, because she's waving a hand, what I call the stomach area. I don't
Okay.
have the exact precise words you just shared with me, but she's waving her hand. I'm going to call it down there around the stomach area, you know,
Yeah.
the you showing me that she shows me the color red, shows me the discomfort that she would have experienced at the time. And this must be a memory link to show you that whatever she experienced at the time, and you probably know this, is completely gone. The physical discomfort that she would have experienced at the time, she shows me, oh my gosh, it's amazing. You know, I'm free as a butterfly now. And she's showing me like a personality. If you saw her now, you say, gosh, what happened to you? You never used to be like this, so open-minded about everything, because it's as if she's doing things she was never able to do. Would you know that in her early days, she used to love dancing? Yeah.
I
Because
know.
she showed me her arms and legs flailing, like she loved movement, dancing, something she showed me she wasn't able to do for a very long time. And I hear a lot of music around her, so she must have been fond of music as well in her early days as well. Yeah. So it's as if she's able to do everything, the things that she either loved or used to be able to do. And as you make me aware now in the non-physical world, in the spirit world, she's doing so much. And she's also showing me painting. Do you know she loved to do artwork or wanted to do artwork as well? Yeah,
Yep.
because she
loves
showed me
painting.
these beautiful artwork, and she's very good and very talented at that. And also, I feel like she has a very sensitive soul without people really knowing this creative, sensitive side to her as well. So again, when she painted, and there was a feeling that people would feel the energy, the vibration of what she actually did, even though she didn't like to show her artwork to people. But the people that did see it would always give her such positive compliments as well. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So, and so she's having a great time painting. And she's also showing me she's also reading a lot, because she says she wasn't able to read the kind of books or read what she was able to in those days. But now she has access to all the books she can possibly read, and that she's so excited. Like she's like a born again person back at school, learning, exposing herself to information. Because even though she didn't have the opportunities to study, now she's showing me that she's studying a lot, doing things that she didn't have the opportunity. So I'm going to say Mother was a very intelligent woman, ahead of her time in a way, but was not in the right environment at the time, didn't have the opportunity to blossom as she could have done. And
Yep.
she's also making me a joke saying she could have been a fabulous lawyer. So I don't know if in her time, did she ever say something like that? Oh, I could have done that. I could have been a lawyer.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't remember at the moment. No. No.
All right. Well, please reflect on that, because she is making a little snide, jokey comment like, you know, I had the brains. I could have easily been a lawyer had I been given the right opportunities. Because she shows me that she also had a fantastic memory. Would you understand or remember about her memory? How she had a lovely memory. She could really remember lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Because she wanted to go to school further on, but her mother take her off
Yeah.
from school, and she would have loved to study, but there wasn't not the possibility to do so during her
That's right.
lifetime. And she always talked to me, according I would love to do something with psychologically, something in this area. And she was sensitive as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for validating all that, because again, this must be why she's showing me the excitement of books, learning, able to read, the kind of material content that she never had access to in her day. And as I said, it's not that she's a bookworm studying non-stop. She's having a great time dancing, music, painting. Again, she's emphasizing painting, nature. She must have loved being out in nature, because she's just standing there showing me the beautiful nature that she has, and how she used to stand there, breathe in the scent of nature, especially after a rainfall. You can smell the dew, you can smell the nature when it's rained and it start raining. Oh, just take a moment, breathe that in. That's what she's saying as well. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with her love and blessing, knowing that she's around you all the time. And before I leave you, would you understand the month of April as well to be significant for birthday or anniversary, please?
Yeah, it's April is my month of birth. Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
so you'd
that's
understand
why.
that. And I'm going to challenge myself. Was it towards the beginning of April?
Yeah, nearby.
Nearby?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to challenge myself too much more than that, but I will say beginning of April is what I'm being aware of for you as well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say thank you for putting your hand up. Thank you for working with me. And know
Thank
that you
you.
have the beautiful love of mother, and mother is totally in a happy place, doing exactly everything that she didn't have the opportunity to do. And that she wants you to be happy as well, because she shows me that you're very, I don't know, stressed out is the right word at the moment, or concerned about things. But she wants you to, I don't know why she keeps putting the word butterfly in my mind. Would you understand the word to butterfly? She keeps saying you need to learn to be free as a butterfly.
Yeah. I can't imagine what she means with free, but I have the feeling that sometimes I have butterflies with me, and for me, butterflies is a sign of the spiritual world.
Okay.
Normally.
All
I
right.
think maybe that's why.
Okay. Well, thank you for that validation, because again, she keeps emphasizing the word butterfly. So I'm so happy that you understand for yourself the significance of the meaning for butterflies for you. So I'll say thank you
Thank
for
you.
so much for putting your hand up. And also thank you so much for Vanessa originally putting your hand up as well. And thank you for working with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Larry, thank you so much for your work there this evening. And I'm just making an adjustment there just before I step in. So everybody, I'd like to thank Larry for those beautiful messages. Well done, Larry. Thank you. Okay, just do a little hand clap there, because it helps to show appreciation to you, Larry. Thank you. Okay, so everyone, while I have been, well, we've just been tuning in here, I've had a gentleman very much in my energy. His description is very clear to me. He is a much bigger frame than I am. So I'm just kind of diddy 5'3", 5'4". This is a very large gentleman. I see with him that he has a darker skin. He is a very soft energy about him. He has large shoulders. He also proudly shows me like a kind of a belly. He says, "My belly pot." He shows me here. And I very distinctly see him wearing a white shirt that would be cotton casual, tied up at the sleeves here, just rolled up. There's a sense with him that he's in a warm and dusty environment. I have a fan blowing above him. While he's been waiting for his turn, he's done the crossword. Okay, so he's got the newspaper. He had the newspaper under his arm. He's got the crosswords. He's done the work. He's done the maths. And it was like he came to the crossword as we were handing out from Larry. I also see with him, he has steel-rimmed glasses, quite prominent lips with him, possibly of Indian origin, but that's only the way that I'm seeing him. But I know I have a highly intelligent man with me. I know this is a man that worked with accounts, he knew business, and I felt he wanted to talk to somebody in the room this evening who is his daughter. I feel his daughter, or he very much a daughter. I heard the name of Ranjit. I do not know if that is his name. I know it's very closely linked with him, and he's very casual. He's very laid back. He's very well liked in the community. He's a very fair man, and I just have a gentle smiling about him. I know also that his passing was very much heart related, heart and chest related here. I can feel my heart is beating very fast. So I know that this man had a slightly unexpected passing, and he tells me he is with his younger brother in the spirit world. Is this resonating? Okay, Anne, thank you. I'll just check and see if anybody else is there, just so I can work between you. But Anne, just quickly, does all of this make sense to you, please?
It didn't at first. I have my brother-in-law is a very large man. When you said white shirt, he's a home chef. So he liked to cook. So he went to culinary school for a minute. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can. I've just lost you off of my screen. I'm sorry, just trying to get you back. Okay. So can you keep waving at me, please?
I'm waving, I'm waving, I'm waving.
You've jumped on my connection.
Okay, hold on, I'm waving.
Okay, I've got you back. Thank you, Anne. Continue.
So you confused me a little bit because my father passed and he is the one that would have done the crosswords and he is the one that always wore glasses. My brother-in-law, and he passed from he had a history of heart troubles. My brother-in-law was a big football coach and a chef and a businessman. And he had a very sudden he got sepsis and died on Valentine's Day. And
okay, so you understand. I'm not trying to override you, Anne, but if you give me too much, my darling, I can't work. Okay.
Yep. Okay, but yes, it's all coming together, but for 3 people, yes.
It's that coloration of the skin as well. That's gentle. That's lovely. So here we have 2 men, because I feel as though your father would wait to the end of eternity to complete his crossword.
Yeah.
To the annoyance of your mother.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the situation I have here. He thinks of the other gentleman as like a brother. You'd understand that, because he wants to say, I have him with me. Now, between the 2 of them, they are quite an act of comedy.
Okay.
You know, so they're trying to outdo each other in the friendliest of ways. But I want to focus very much on your father as well. So know that the other gentleman is here. He's just coming around and it's like he's looking in the camera and he's trying to peek at you. So this man has a really wild sense of humour. This is the man who's with your father. Okay. Because as I'm trying to connect with you, it's like, no, you're not talking to your father, you're talking to me. And as I said, you know the name of Ranjit as well?
I don't know the name. No.
It will come in. It must have been some kind of nickname for him. But again, I want to come back to your father. So your father had quite a sudden passing, yes?
Yeah. He was,
and he said, but he said, it's easy to think dads are going to go on forever. And they don't. But as he has such a softness with him, he's such a gentleness with him, Anne. And I know that he needs to bring that softness to you at the moment to reassure you that you are safe and you are well. You understand the message?
I do, yes.
Because there's a lot of concern. He will not open this up. This is private. Okay, but he's been into your home and he's seen where you're trying to maneuver everything. You're changing your furniture around, trying to make things just feel a little bit better. You understand this?
Keep going. Right now I'm getting an amalgam of 4, my dad and 3 other people. So they are all coming together similarly.
I feel this is your father talking specifically to you, Anne, because he's seen you die. It's like you've been going through your cupboards, pulling things out, tidying, straightening, trying to put things into some kind of order, like you're preparing to move house.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Okay. He knows about the move.
I'm not moving, but yes, I'm organizing. Yes, like crazy.
Okay. I would like to say to you, your father wants to tell you about the move. Okay. So. All right. So sometimes they can see things that we can't see, because I actually feel that you'll be pulling those things out and putting them into boxes. So the opportunity of moving is coming, or keeping the property that you have and needing to go somewhere else for a while. I know there's packing. I know there's moving. Okay. So he's wanting to support you and let you know that these are all things that are going on around you at the moment. He knows things are difficult. He knows work's challenging. My goodness. Yeah. Does that make
Always.
sense, please, Anne? Yeah. You're due to have a meeting next week. You are having a meeting next Thursday.
Okay.
You may not know it yet, but on Thursday, you are having a work-related meeting. And he's going with you.
Okay.
Okay? Because we need to sort a few things out. All right? Just to put things back into perspective in the employment. So I want to say that to you, Anne. I'm mindful at the moment that you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure about this. And then you'll go off the call and it's all just going to come into place. But you understand what your father's speaking about with these challenges. Okay? You can say no. It's better if you say no.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm trying to sort it through because you're giving me a lot of information. So.
Okay. So there is a recording, I believe, of this that Roween's going to be sending out to everybody. So you will be able to go back and listen. My darling, your dad wants to wish you happy birthday, which I believe is very close.
No, not me.
Then he would have passed. I know that in June, he's talking about the June birthday.
That's my mother.
Okay. Would you understanding, please, passing away close to your mother's birthday? Because it feels like there was one last thing they had time to do before she passed.
She passed right before Mother's Day, and then her birthday would have been the next June 1st. Yeah.
Okay, so he's acknowledging that as well. Could I just say very briefly, your mother is smaller than your father?
Much, yes.
It's like, hello, you know, it's that kind of feeling. And I want to just say your mother is exquisitely holding a handbag. It's so, you know, I believe she just loves to keep everything with her. And she's talking about, and I'm hitting you with a lot of information. Your mother is talking about papers that were found in her handbag after she passed. Personal documents, birth certificates. Don't worry if you can't think of it now, and there's obviously a lot coming at you. Okay, yep. I'm going to need to leave you, my darling, because time goes on so quickly. But your dad, I know you're going to find all of this. Would you please be a love? Let me know if you do. info@donnastewart.net. It'll be on the recording because I know you're going to find all of it. Okay, it just feels right. Dad wants to send his love to you. He's got the crossword. Mum helped him with the crossword. He's enjoying Mum's food. Mum's trying to outdo your family member who is a chef. There's a thing going on here. Who can cook the most at a family gathering? All is well. You'll understand a bit of upset, which is actually not a bad upset. It's a good upset because after things go up in the air, they land really well. And thank you. Lots of love to you from your dad. Lots of love from your mum. Wish I could have stayed longer, but they'll be back again. Okay, do take care. Thank you. There's a lady by the name of Margaret comes into my energy. Margaret also feels like mum. Margaret is a black-haired lady. She is keeping all of I see like softy curly roly things with her that go in your hair. I also know that she is she's quite thin in the face. That was how she was towards the end of her life. And I know this lady was a profuse smoker. Margaret has a smoker, is a smoker. What I can smell here, I'm sorry for vegans, vegetarians, all the rest of it, but I can smell bacon cooking with this lady. This lady is cooking food, okay? I need to just flick through. Please listen carefully to her. She's quite a thin lady. I'm looking through. I may want to come to Sandra. I feel drawn to you, Sandra. If not Mum, I feel this would be a lady that closely relates to Mum. And Rose is also here with her. Sandra, does that make sense?
Not at the moment. I had the baking and the cooking. I had a grandma that really enjoyed cooking, but she was short and chubby.
No,
My
this
mom
is not the
is
same lady,
very.
my darling. Thank you.
Ah,
I'm sorry if I'm coming in and cutting, but the clock is ticking. So let's just get some more information. This lady it has quite a masculine quality with her, but nonetheless, she was very lovable. She doesn't seem to have dentures. There's nothing quite there. And I know that it was thought she may need to go into some residential care. She's not going, she's staying put in a one-story house. There's lots of information here. Is anybody else taking this? Please wave at me if you think you know. I'm
it
still
does
looking
sound like my grandmom on my mother's side. She was a heavy smoker until the end, and she did like cooking, and she was a really stubborn, masculine lady. Yes.
so she knows you, darling. Okay. All right. She may not, but she would have known your mum.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't also understand the other things I've said about her as well, but the name of Margaret is highly significant. So is Rose.
Yeah. Actually, her name was Joey. Margaret and
Was what?
Rose. I'm not
Was
sure.
sorry? Was
Joey. Her name was Joey.
Joey? Okay, please remember Margaret's been mentioned, because as I'm looking through the screen, I cannot see anybody else where I want her to go. Margaret, okay, Margaret, I believe, was one of her sisters.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I didn't
okay,
know
so
her
again,
sisters.
yeah, you'll have a copy of the recording, and I know also that she thought a lot of you.
Yeah, I was a favorite. I was her favorite.
You. I'm sorry if you're veggie, but you know she would bring in this food, this kind of bacon, and eat this.
Yes.
Don't leave the fat. You know, it's you. She wants to give this to you. But I know that this lady, the reason I felt she was like, I thought she was mum, is because she mothered you like you were her own.
Yeah, whenever it was school holidays, I had to go to her.
Okay, you had to go to her. So she was a lady that could also work well as a man. Yes, so she had masculine skills. And all, at the end of the day, it's like I want her to be in like a farming community here. I can see she's leaning on a gate where it's quite open.
They did live on a farm when my mom was a child. They did
Okay,
live on a farm.
she's on the garden gate and she's smoking.
Yeah, that can be true. That can be her.
And her husband is also smoking.
I didn't knew my granddad. He passed before I was born, but that can be. That's
Yeah,
possible.
I also want to tell you that there is like what we call here in the UK a flagon of cider or beer that would be swigged as well.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you
Yeah.
remember seeing her do that?
Not at the moment. I do not resonate.
Okay, all right. I want you to think about her in the kitchen having a little sip of the cooking wine.
Yeah.
Lovely lady. She had a hard life. She did really well in life. She did a lot for the community, but she used to scare people because she could be a little bit kind of feisty and ferocious.
Yes, and she was stubborn and she was a little bit forward. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. She is here this evening to say there are 4 sisters, and I believe she's one of 4 sisters.
Okay.
And one of them is Margaret, and she comes forward and she says, "We want you to know we are just with you."
Oh, great. That's
Just
lovely.
with you, yeah. And it's like they want to go out and do your garden, and they want to give you a helping hand, and you're busy, and you haven't got time to do everything you want to do right now. When you've been talking about getting some help in.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I cannot find every time to do everything, so it's wonderful if they want to help.
So she's saying, "Well, don't worry, the girls are coming around."
Oh, great. That's fantastic.
A little bit like land girls that used to be in the army, okay? And she's saying, we know that you are too busy. We're not going to tell you to slow down. It's pointless. What we are going to do is help you to find someone that can physically come in and help you with the work.
That's absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what will happen is, Sandra, you will find yourself drawn to people. You will find yourself drawn to adverts. You will find somebody saying, I could just do with just a little bit, few hours extra work in my week, and I've got these skills. So again, it's something you may not know, but they know. Your grandmother is not going to leave you without help. Okay.
Can I quickly say something to you that really resonates? So I've got a very special friend, and I actually told him this weekend I'm running out of space, and he just visited me, and he just left, and he brought me some shelves to organize my things. Doesn't that it resonates, hey? He just brought something to help me organize all my things.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, I think they've been fluttering their angel wings around you, trying to find you that extra help. Okay, so because you're writing, Sandra, you're writing a journal, you're writing a book.
I'm not writing a book, but I like to journal. I like to get things out of my head onto paper. Yes.
And she doesn't want you to not have time to do that, because what I felt is she sits with you when you're writing. And
Yeah,
you like to journal you like to journal at night.
Yes, I like to journal at night. And she actually enjoyed doing crossword puzzles right through the night. So that is also maybe what you're seeing, yes.
Yeah, because I also say she knows you journal, she doesn't want you journaling at 2 a.m. It's too late.
Okay.
All right. So Sandra, they want to stay, they have to go. Please know that your grandmother and your family, they know what's going on, and help is on the way. It's obviously started by the sounds of it. And she's just been, I have to tell you, everybody, the spirit, you may wonder, why is the spirit smoking? Okay, you may be asking yourselves, why is the spirit smoking? They do not need to smoke. It's about evidence. It's about memories. And that's why this lady's lit their cigarette and she smoked all the way through around me through this conversation, because that's how you would know her.
Yeah, no, that is lovely. Thank you, Donna.
Okay,
Yes.
You're very welcome, Sandra. Thank you very much indeed. Now, I think we have time for another quick one. Do we have time for a quick one, Larry, Roween? Okay, perfect. So just waiting for oh, hang on a moment. Sometimes when we do this, it's like opening the gates and they'll say me as I'm waiting to come forward. Let's just have okay, I have the sense I want to talk about a young gentleman. I want to talk about a young man who comes forward. He's quite serene, he's very calm, he's quite slim, he's fairly tall. I have short black hair with him, quite full. And I feel he's walking down by the side of a river. And as he's walking down by the side of the river, I know it's where he would want to be. I'm seeing the river weaving. I'm seeing a singular tree in the distance. And I see him walking with another gentleman. Now, as I see him walking, I feel as though he would only have been possibly in his early 20s when he passed the spirit. And I feel as though it was a very tragic accident with him. Like somebody else was there with him. So let me just have a look forward. I know that he had a bicycle. And I know that he was a very studious young man. He's a very intelligent young man. And I know that he knows somebody here. And I'm just flicking through. Please wave at me if you know this young man or know of him. Okay. Sandra, I see your hand raised. Is that a new raise of hand there, please? Or is that from before?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Donna. I don't want to go 2 times, but It sounds a lot like my brother. He was like 19 when he passed, and he was a game ranger, so that is the river. And it was a tragic hunting accident. He accidentally shot himself in his hand. And there was a friend with him at the time when it happened.
And Sandra, could I say to you, please, that I feel what has happened is, and I'm so sorry for the loss of your brother in such difficult circumstances, and I felt that this was the kind of tragedy we were talking about. So what I would just like to say to you is, I think probably he was desperately trying to come in round your grandmother, who was very keen to talk to you and take the energy. As we've tried to close the connection, he wants you to know he's safe and he's well.
Thank
you. Okay. And he also, I'm just looking for you on the screen again quickly, Sandra. Unfortunately, everybody kind of moves around a little bit because I'd really like to just see, there you are up in the corner. So Sandra, your brother is well, he's safe, he's okay. And the love between you is huge, is immeasurable. I can feel that love. And he is so proud of you for how you commemorated his life.
Oh, great. That's lovely. Yeah. I was 8 years older than him, and I actually raised him. So we were very close.
Okay, my love. Then I think this is what has happened. It's like, no, wait, don't close the connection. I'm here.
Oh, shame.
Okay.
That's lovely.
So he's safe, he's well. In a different situation with more time, we could do more, but he said, it's like, no, don't go without me. Okay. And love you.
Thank you.
And thank you for looking after my books. Okay. All right, my love. Thank you. Bless you. Finally, I'm sorry. Do you know, one of the things about being a medium, especially when time is against us, we feel as though we're moving from one thing to another to another. Please do not think as mediums that we are without sensitivity. It almost feels so wrong to pull away from one person and go straight to another, but the love is there. And I know I have a gentleman who was in before our first gentleman that we spoke of, who did the crossword. His name was William, but somehow they managed to push him out of the way so they could come in. So I need to go back and find William's loved one quickly there, please. So William, William, dark-haired William. Okay, no, he said I was dark-haired William. I am now white-haired William, and I now have a little beard. I have a little goatee. Okay, so Bill, please think of Bill as well, Bill William. And I know that he, an elegant man, okay, an elegant man that loved to listen to music, like a record player. He's got his tunes, he's got a little glass of whiskey, and I just sensed the elegance of him. And he had a room in his house that he was able to withdraw to when he needed peace and quiet from his wife and family, and he smiles gently with that. He's not a man that likes a noisy space and time. Okay, does somebody know William, please? Do you think you do? Pop your hand up. If the description fits, please put your hand up there. I'm just looking through everybody. Okay, and darling, I'm going to say thank you, but I know I'm not with you. I don't feel that connection, but I thank you so much anyway for being helpful. That doesn't feel quite right there. All right. Candice, do you know William, please?
I don't know a William, but I had an uncle with dark hair and he was tall.
Okay, now that doesn't sound like Candice. That's somebody different, please. So whoever you were speaking, could you just speak to me again, please? Okay, who was I just speaking to, please? I'm sorry, it wasn't clear to me.
Hi, Donna, Candice.
Candice? Oh, Candice, you don't seem to be talking. Was that you?
Donna,
I was talking.
there's two Candices here.
Oh, Candice, Candice Breed and Candice Hare. Oh my goodness. You see, that's what happens when you're a meeting, you get in the zone. So to either Candice, would you know William, please?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Candice Hare, you don't think so, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, Candice Breed, do you recognise him, please?
No, I don't.
Okay, I think we're going to have a William auction because this man is here. We want to place him quite quickly. So William, Bill, he is known to Mum. Okay, Gillian.
No, I thought it might have been my friend's father. He was a Bill and a William. He died a couple of years ago, but I don't know if he liked music and he certainly loved his drink, but he didn't drink for the better half of his adult life.
Okay, thank you. If I could just hold you there. And then we have XXX with their hand raised, please. Could you speak to me?
Yes, hi. I'm trying to see if I.
Okay,
Oops.
could you... right, so if you could just... we love Zoom, don't we? Bless it. Thank you for
sorry.
Okay, so I need to find you on the screen, please. Let's just have a look.
Let's see if my screen comes on.
Okay. I'm just trying to find...
We can see.
I can't get the screen to come on.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so could we just say, are you the XXX with the fabulous pink fairy lights behind you?
Yes, I am.
The screen is on. Okay.
And I can't get my camera on.
Yeah, we can see you. Hope you can see me. Do you know this man, please?
I take care of a person. I'm a caregiver, and the husband had passed. His name is William.
That's him. I know it's him because I'm chills head to foot.
It sounds like him, but he sounds just like him.
I can tell you now, this is William. This is his description. He's an elegant man. He's beautiful. And I've got the chills while I'm connecting with you. And this is how it works, everybody. When the medium places with Anne to begin with, I knew it wasn't for her. The moment we saw you, he is fascinated by those fairy lights.
I will tell her.
He is fascinated by it. So could you tell me your name, please?
I'm Doreen.
Doreen. Okay, thank you. I know a medium should know, but my gosh, we're under pressure here. Doreen, would you know if this gentleman had a little bit of dementia, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Light was his form of communication.
Yeah. I am actually I'm heading over to see his wife now. Actually after this conversation.
That's beautiful. Okay. She needs to put some fairy lights up, he says, because I want to see them. And so this was it. Whenever a light was on in the room, whenever a candle was alight, he would illuminate with it. And this is what William's doing. And he's been reading. Please tell her. Marianne is also. Please mention Marianne to your lady as well, because he said Marianne is with me. I have her. Very important message. He must know you're going to see her.
Okay. I will tell him.
I can taste sweetness. You must be taking her something really nice.
I am actually.
Okay, he said you better take it quick because I'm going to eat it. It's lovely man. And she said, please, because he had quite prominent, beautiful teeth.
He did, actually. Yes, he had a beautiful smile.
So he's going to bite that cookie before he gets there. Okay. And you could relay all of this, please, if you can, if you feel it's the right thing to do. You can get it from the recording. William is smiling with his teeth. He says to her, "Thank you for being my caregiver."
Oh, he's more than welcomed.
Okay, so it's like my feeling is she cared for him, but I feel you cared for him as well.
Right at the very tail end, yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for the little drink of whiskey.
Oh yeah, he loved his whiskey.
Thank you for pouring it, not telling anybody.
Anytime.
And it meant so much to him. He did become quite thin. He did become quite frail. And his wife was heartbroken at the loss of his memory.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's the hardest thing to watch, but
just before he passed, he was lucid.
Yes, very.
And he said, "Please know that in those moments, I knew my wife and I knew you."
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh,
and that has helped him to do what he does now. And he's pleased her, and I feel as though, is his wife Mary, please?
No, Nellie.
Okay, Nellie, Mary, similar, not close enough.
Close.
I think he was trying. Okay, we're under pressure to say what he needs to say before he has to go. Will you please tell her I am sitting in my garden?
Oh, beautiful gardens, beautiful gardens.
And I am feeding the birds, and I've made bird feeders for them.
Oh, that's one thing that they had. Lots of those.
Okay. And he said, "I've made them here for the birds in the spirit world, and I'm sitting peacefully." And he said, please, he said, "Can you tell her her left knee is hurting more than she's saying?"
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
please check it out. She's being brave.
She is. Oh my goodness.
Okay. And also he said, she has a doll.
She does.
She has a China face doll.
Yeah.
And with curly hair.
Yeah.
He said it won't sit up straight. It keeps falling over. And guess who's
constantly picking it up?
Guess who's pushing it?
Yeah.
It's William. Okay.
I'll tell her. I'm going to tell her.
Please do, because now, my darling, this man has made this wonderful connection that hopefully there is enough there for you, and his love goes to you as well.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
He brings forward a red rose for his wife. That's not just a sentiment, that is a code of love between them that was for over 40 years.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh. Okay.
And she will remember.
Oh, I can't wait to go see her now and tell her.
Oh, how lovely. Well, please do. I can see you hopping on a bicycle. I don't know if you're planning to do that.
Nope, jumping in the car.
Okay, just mind the bicycle, he says. I just don't you get so anyway, but that's how he's left it. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you for the love and the care to him.
Appreciate it.
I think the love of everybody in this room and in this meeting, as well as William, to Nellie, and also to you for the amazing work that you do. Thank you so much.
You.
William's blown you a kiss in the true romantic that he was.
Oh, thank you. I'll make sure I give her all the love.
Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Larry, did you want to say anything to finish our meeting this evening there while I just get some water, please?
Well, I'd like to say, first of all, well done, Donna. Brilliant evidence as always. Learning medium. Hopefully you've learned a lot, because as mediums, sometimes we have to be patient, because we might go to one person, the person might, "Oh, I could take that." Then all of a sudden, "No, I don't think you're quite with me." So as a medium, we always have to learn to believe in the evidence we get. and not be afraid of getting no's, not being afraid of being silent, and knowing that mediumship is not like accountancy where 2 times 2 is always 4. We're working with energy, we're working with intangible things. So hopefully all of you enjoyed what we did this evening, knowing that, again, mediumship is not really a science, it's working a different way where you got our physical selves of the medium and we're working with non-physical energy. So how do we bring the 2 energetic mediums together? And that's the job of a medium, really, is to bring, as you saw, Donna brilliantly do bring in the evidence, and then sometimes, oh, I don't know, maybe that's not quite with you. Can you take that? So all of you need to relax, and that's the challenge of a medium, is to relax and really believe in ourselves. Easy to be told that, but again, this is why it's great to practice all the time. And when you get yourself out the way, like me, I hope I do well, get rid of those thinking thoughts and realize, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to serve the spirit world. Remember, we're all here to serve the spirit world, whether you're beginning your journey or you've been at it for years. The message is always saying, let's see how I can best serve the spirit world, and don't worry about yourself. It's about serving the spirit world.
Yeah. And I absolutely echo everything you said, Larry. And just also to say to everyone, every single person in this room, your loved ones knew you were here. It's just, you can see with the energy, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of people that want to be here. One way or another, they will find their way to you, whether it's through you directly, through somebody else, through a friend. Maybe you're in one of our groups and you work with someone else here that's in the group, and maybe they will come through that way. But I just want to say thank you as well. We hope you've learned lots for this evening. Our new term, so Larry takes the accredited foundation course. I'm the author of that course. Larry brilliantly delivers it with a wonderful first term. That begins on the 22nd, I believe, and the intermediate and advanced classes start on the 24th, that's of September. We are open for booking now. There are some limited availability, so if you would like to speak to us, if you would like to have an interview with us to join one of our courses, then please go onto the school website and go into mediumship courses, and you will find those details there, and we would love to talk to you. Book an interview, let's talk, and let's just see how we can help to move you forward. So my personal thank you to everyone. I'm sure I can echo that for Larry. Bless you for all your love, for all your care. And I'd like to hand back to Roween, please.
So much, Donna and Larry. That was phenomenal. Wow, mind blown. And thank you to everybody who joined and brought your beautiful energy. And get in touch, as Donna said, via the website or email us directly for any further information. Have a beautiful evening, everybody. Night night.
Thank you, everyone. Night.
Bye.
Bye.